It wouldn't be a royal tour without a spot of competitive sporting activity, and today Prince William punched the air, in delight as he secured an against-the-odds win, in a boat race against his wife. Before the start of the clash in the historic German city of Heidelberg, Kate had jokingly told her crew, "No pressure, but I do want to beat my husband." And she was given a huge advantage over William, after an Olympic gold medalist was chosen to be, in her boat. Philip Adamski, who was in the winning German 8, in the London 2012 Games, was selected as her stroke, while the rest of both crews were made up of local amateur crews, from Cambridge and Heidelberg. Chivalrous William insisted it was fine, when told he was up against an Olympic champion, as he arrived on the banks of the River Neckar. But he admitted to his wife, this could be a challenge, before setting off without any advice on how to cox. Kate spent several minutes taking tips from her teammate before setting off, admitting she was worried about crashing, and indicating with her hands that she feared zigzagging along the water. But Adamski assured her everything would be fine, saying if we crash together. Following their visit to a traditional German food market, Kate made a quick change, out of her yellow lace Jenny Packham dress and wedges, slipping into a casual blue and white striped top teamed with skinny jeans, and her favorite Superga trainers. And William removed his jacket, and put on a pair of blue trainers, with a luminous yellow Nike swoop. Before the race, Adamski admitted to having some nerves, saying, "It's not as serious as the Olympics, but I have never raced with a princess before, so I have butterflies in my stomach." In the end, however, it was William who edged home victorious, finishing about a length ahead of Kate. But Kate proved that she wasn't a sore loser, flashing a bright smile and waving to onlookers, after crossing the finish line. And there was a consolatory stein of beer awaiting participants at the end of the race, as well as medals for both teams. Prior to their boat race, the couple enjoyed a tour of a traditional market, and took part in a pretzel-making session. After a quick lesson from local apprentices, Kate and William tried their hand at rolling out the dough for the traditional snack, with the Duchess protecting her yellow Jenny Packham dress with a white apron. But when it came to assembling the typical pretzel loop, Kate decided to step back and leave her husband do the tricky part. Kate could be seen laughing as William grappled with the dough, placing a hand on his back as his efforts took shape, before finally rewarding him with a round of applause. Located on the riverside and overlooked by the ruins of its famous castle, the central market square boasts a traditional market serving local food and drink. Heidelberg is Germany's oldest university town and East Wind, with Cambridge in the UK. Over the past few days she's proved herself a real pro at so-called diplomatic dressing, and earlier today, the Duchess of Cambridge pulled it off again, as she channeled the gold of the German flag for a visit to the German Cancer Research Center in Heidelberg. It was an overcast morning, but Kate brought a ray of sunshine to proceedings, in the bespoke lace number by Jenny Packham, which she paired with her trusty new espadrille wedges from Monsoon, and a small clutch in a matching shade. The visit was a chance for the couple to see the world-acclaimed work being carried out at the German Cancer Research Center, where hundreds of locals had turned out to greet the royal couple on the second day of their tour. Inside, British stem cell biologist Dr. Michael Milsom, originally from Chesterfield, showed the couple around one of the laboratories. He said, "It's really helpful to have a visit from the Duke and Duchess as they publicize the importance of work we do here. The UK and Germany are leaders in this field of stem cell research," said the expert, who has been based in Heidelberg for 7 years. He told William and Kate about the latest developments in stem cell research. The Leeds University graduate told them how his team focuses on the question whether and how an accumulation of DNA damage in stem cells is the causes for aging of an organ system. Such damage may cause exhaustion of the stem cell pool and loss of the organ's capacity to regenerate. The work is particularly important in research into leukemia. William said, "Ladies first," when he was asked to look at the cells through a microscope. Afterwards Kate said, "It's in 3D too, which is amazing." William, who also looked through the microscope, asked how far down the line his stem cell research was and added, "It's fascinating work." The British stem cell researcher leads the Junior Research Group Experimental Hematology. He added, "I had never imagined that I would one day be presenting my research to my future king. This will be a very moving and exciting meeting for me." Dr. Michael Baumann, chairman and scientific chair of the DKFZ, said afterwards, "We are very proud that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have decided to visit the DKFZ. They have made a clear gesture, which underlines the great importance of medical research for our society." His colleague, Professor Dr. Joseph Pukta, commercial chairman, added, "The decision to come to the DKFZ also serves to show that we are recognized internationally as a leading research institution." The royals will be welcomed by Winfried Kretschmann, governor of the state of Baden-Württemberg, and the board of directors of the DKFZ. They also met the Nobel Prize winner and longtime chairman of the DKFZ, Professor Harald Zerhausen, for a brief conversation. Zerhausen identified the papillomavirus as the cause of cervical cancer, and therefore paved the way for the development of a vaccine against this illness. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 2008, and more recently has called for boys to also be vaccinated against HPV. In the evening, the Duke and Duchess will attend a Berlin reception in the mirrored hall of Clartens Ballroom, opened in 1913. It is one of the last remaining old ballrooms in Berlin, and will play host to a reception for some of the most creative and innovative names in the world of art, culture, style, fashion and technology. The couple's 5-day visit to Germany and Poland has so far been a roaring success, with throngs of royal fans lining the streets to greet them wherever they go. Kate has even been dubbed the new Princess of Hearts by the media, as royal fever sweeps the nation. German newspapers and TV gave blanket coverage to the Duke and Duchess's 3-day visit to the country, which began yesterday, and has been nicknamed Die Charm Offensive. The Berliner Zeitung said pictures of the Duchess cuddling children during a visit to a children's charity in Berlin yesterday were reminiscent of the warmth of heart, which before Kate only William's mother, Diana, could radiate. In a headline it said, "For die Kids ist sie the Princess in der Herzen," meaning, for the kids she is the princess of the heart. On a visit to the charity Strassenkinder, which supports children from disadvantaged backgrounds, both William and Kate were mobbed by small children as they bestowed hugs and high fives to excitable fans. The Duchess was the center of attention, with several children throwing themselves into her arms for a cuddle.